from a phone number that brings doom to an artifact that killed its owner. Here are real curses from history that terrified people. 1. King Tutankhamun's tomb. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings in 1922 by Egyptologist Howard Carter sent shockwaves around the world. This young pharaoh died at the age of 19, so his tomb was never supposed to be found. But once it was, a series of mysterious deaths led many to believe the tomb was cursed. 7 members of Carter's team died before he uncovered the burial chamber, and following the opening of the tomb, more members of the public who visited also passed away. The story got even stranger when Lord Carnarvon, who helped fund the dig, died from a mosquito bite that turned into an infection. Perhaps most disturbingly, the Egyptian Antiquities Service Director General said that anyone who disturbed the pharaoh would face severe repercussions. However, the scientific community believes the deaths were simply the result of coincidence, overexposure to the elements and illnesses common at the time. 2. Ötzi the Iceman. Following the discovery of the world's oldest, naturally mummified, human in the Italian Alps in 1991, researchers began studying him to learn about his life and death. Unfortunately, some of the scientists involved in the project experienced unusual misfortunes. Professor Albert Zink, who conducted the first autopsy, lost both his parents within months of each other. Another researcher, Dr. Renata Hawk, fell seriously ill and died. A third scientist, Professor Paolo, passed away while scaling a mountain, strangely similar to how Ötzi died. While these incidents cannot be attributed to a curse, they certainly made headlines. 3. Hope Diamond. Diamonds are forever, but not necessarily in a good way. In 1668, the Hope Diamond was cut from a larger gem, the Tavernier Blue. From there, it changed hands many times, each owner meeting an unfortunate end. One owner, Henry Philip Hope, died believing his wife was poisoned by his valet, although no evidence could ever be found. Other owners either went bankrupt, disappeared, or died in bizarre ways. As if to prove the curse was real, the diamond reportedly vanished in 1890, only to be rediscovered decades later. Though the curse may have started when it was ripped from the earth, it doesn't appear to have stopped yet. Currently, the Hope Diamond is owned by the Smithsonian Institution, but maybe they shouldn't accept gifts. 4. The Busby Stoop Chair. Back in 1879, the Times of London reported on a haunted chair located at No. 13, Busby Stoop in England. Apparently, anyone who sat in the chair was destined to die within a year. By 1891, several prominent figures had supposedly met their demise after sitting down. The wealthy owner of the chair eventually put it up for sale for £50. The new owner placed it in their home, but then 3 members of his family died. He then sold the chair again, but soon the buyer's daughter died too. 5. The Tomb of Timur. The tomb of Mongol ruler. Timur was discovered in 1941 by Soviet archaeologists near Samarkand. The legend held that opening the tomb would unleash a curse. Of course, they didn't listen and dug it up anyway. They found a silver urn containing the heart of Timur. Soon after, the Second World War began, and the Soviets invaded Poland, where they suffered horrible casualties. Many believed the curse of Timur had come to pass, though the scientific community doesn't take kindly to stories like these. 6. The Dybbuk Box. At some point during the early 1970s, the Assad family came into possession of a large wine cabinet, which they kept in their home. Soon enough, they began experiencing strange phenomena. Furniture moved, shaking violently at night, and demonic voices echoed through the house. Eventually, the family learned the box was actually a portal for malevolent spirits, with some reports saying the spirits were only released when the box was opened. Terrified, the family called Eric Storms, a paranormal investigator. Storms determined the best place for the box was somewhere people wouldn't hear it tormenting them. So it was given to the Queen Mary's Museum of Haunted Objects in Long Beach, California, where it still resides today. 7. The Koh-i-Noor Diamond. The Koh-i-Noor Diamond has a long history that dates back to the 1300s. Many believe the gem to be cursed. That curse appears to target men. Only women are allowed to wear it in the British royal family, because men who own the stone meet an untimely demise. That includes Nader Shah, the Emir Shah, Durrani, and even Prince Albert Victor, the grandson of Queen Victoria. Most recently, the gem was part of the crown jewels worn by Queen Elizabeth II during her coronation. 8. Robert the Doll. If you see a doll in a museum with glowing red eyes, don't sit on it. That goes double if the doll is known as the most evil doll in the world. Robert the Doll is on display at the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. The doll was brought to the island in the 1970s, where it quickly gained a reputation for being haunted. Some say it can cast spells and deliver curses. Visitors have reported finding dead animals, destroyed cameras, and hearing whispers and footsteps when visiting the museum. Even the staff have experienced unexplainable occurrences and claim to avoid Robert the Doll at all costs. 9. The Black Orlov Diamond. The Black Orlov Diamond is a rare gem said to be stolen from a Hindu shrine. It was later purchased by Prince Vladimir Orlov, who took his own life just days after receiving it. Since then, the curse of the Black Orlov has claimed 5 victims. Some say the spirit of the shrine's priestess haunts the gem, taking the lives of those who stole it. The last person to own the Black Orlov, Yoko Shimada, has kept it hidden away from the world since 1984. 10. The Uluru Rock Curse. Ayers Rock, also known as Uluru, is a large sandstone formation in Australia. The Aboriginal people consider the rock to be sacred. It's been there for hundreds of millions of years, and many legends surround it. Those who have tried to steal rocks from Uluru report serious bad luck and dangerous accidents happening to them. It's unknown how many people returned the rocks out of fear, but the ones who did spoke of their experiences to warn others against taking rocks from the sacred site. 11. The Book of Soiga. The Book of Soiga is an occult manuscript written in Hebrew. John Dee, an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, owned the book in the 1500s. He thought it was encrypted and needed decoding. Some believe the book was written with the help of demons. After Dee began reading it, he and his son were reportedly attacked by supernatural forces and both died. Others in possession of the book didn't fare any better, leading many to believe the book was cursed. To this day, the book's contents are unknown, and it's still considered cursed by some. 12. The Terracotta Army. Between 1974 and 1976, Chinese farmers discovered thousands of terracotta soldiers buried alongside the tomb of the first emperor of China. Shortly after, work began restoring the statues, but 2 workers died when a beam fell on them. In the following years, several other workers suffered terrible accidents that led some to believe the Terracotta Army was cursed. Archaeologists and historians disagree, pointing to overwork and insufficient safety procedures as the true cause of the accidents. 13. The Crying Boy. The Crying Boy is a painting done by Italian artist Giovanni Francesco Remi. In the 1400s, the original painting hung in an English country house. Sometime later, it was reproduced and mass-produced, leading to dozens of copies showing up in antique shops and flea markets. One day, a house with a copy of the painting caught fire. The flames consumed everything except the Crying Boy, who somehow remained untouched. It was soon rumored that the painting caused houses to burn down. Many owners destroyed their paintings in fear, but their homes still burned to the ground. To date, 13 house fires have been linked to the Crying Boy painting, which currently hangs at the Gallividian Museum in New Zealand. 14. Annabelle the Doll. Annabelle is a doll from the Warren collection of haunted objects. Like Robert the doll, Annabelle is said to be possessed by a demon. Some reports claim the doll can manipulate its surroundings, moving from place to place by itself. Many visitors to the Warrens' home were driven mad after seeing the doll. Others weren't so lucky. During the middle of the night, Annabelle was seen attacking guests, leaving claw marks on their bodies. Even the priest who tried to bless the doll was scratched and left traumatized. The doll is now on display at the Occult Museum in Connecticut, but no one dares approach it. 15. The Curse of the Pharaoh's Warning Tablets. Most Egyptian tombs built for important members of society came with tablets placed nearby, warning those who dared disturb the body within. They often contained threats and scary messages meant to intimidate tomb raiders. One of the most famous was found next to the tomb of Queen Nefertiti and read, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who shall open my tomb." Needless to say, people usually listened to these tablets. But that didn't stop some brave souls from trying to break the curse. 16. The Myrtles Plantation Mirror. The Myrtles Plantation House in St. Francisville, Louisiana, is considered one of the most haunted places in America. Built in 1796, the mansion has seen better days. It's now a bed and breakfast where guests can experience the ghosts of the past, including the spirits of Chloe, William, and the children of the Ruff family. They were brutally murdered in the home in 1834. Now they seek revenge on the living. Guests and caretakers have reported unexplained cold spots, flickering lights, and terrifying faces staring back at them from the mirror. 17. The Devil's Bible. The Devil's Bible, also called the Codex Gigas, is a massive medieval manuscript. Legend says a monk wrote it in one night, and the book was sealed with the help of the devil himself. Now it's considered cursed. Each owner meets a gruesome demise. Benedictine monks were the first known owners of the book. They lost it during the Napoleonic Wars. Later, Napoleon's brother met a violent end. Then a German baron took possession of the book and his entire family was wiped out by tuberculosis. Finally, it ended up in the British Library, where it remains to this day. 18. The Tomb of the Red Lady of Papulant. In 1953, archaeologists discovered the well-preserved skeleton of what would become known as the Red Lady of Papulant. She was a 22-30-year-old woman who lived in Wales 25,000 years ago. Shortly after her discovery, strange weather events followed the excavation site. A blizzard raged one day, and the next day it was 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Suddenly, a thunderstorm arrived. Then finally, the sun peeked through the clouds. Some locals believed the Red Lady had cast a curse on the town of Tenby, calling for her bones to be returned to their original resting place. 19. Elmer McCurdy's body. After his death in 1911, outlaw Elmer McCurdy was embalmed and put on display in a funeral home. He spent so much time there that the employees began treating him like a real person. Years passed and no one came to claim his body. That's when someone brought him to a traveling carnival as a sideshow attraction. He was eventually bought by a man named Roy Parks, who added him to his funhouse. Parks never knew the body he'd purchased was cursed. Not until 60 years later, when someone pointed out that the ring on the finger of the dried-up corpse matched a police sketch of the notorious outlaw. His body was turned over to authorities and laid to rest. 20. The cursed phone number. Before the widespread use of cell phones, landlines were the primary way to contact people. One day, a Bulgarian woman received a call from an unknown number. The number was 359-888-888, 888. The caller informed her that everyone assigned this phone number would die within a year. Sure enough, that same year, the phone's owner and 9 other people who had called from that number passed away. It happened again the next year, and the following year, too. The people were dying randomly, regardless of their location. Authorities eventually removed the number from circulation, but not before many people attributed their loved ones' deaths to it. Thanks a ton for watching. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Your support means the world and helps us create more awesome content.